Hello, happy Monday. I've got my tea on this wintry, windy Monday evening here in Wisconsin. Just giving a minute here for some people to pop on and say hello, which tells me that everything is working right when I see those first comments come through. Hey, Bernetta, how are you? Good. Glad to see that this is working. Hey, Paula. Hope you're doing well. Hey, we got some snow over the weekend, and I was in a creative mood for sure. It sure was cozy up here, crafting while it was snowing outside. I turned on some Christmas movies and did some crafting. It was a little ironic because I had Christmas movies on, but I wasn't making Christmas cards. I know you're going to be shocked to hear this, but I'm getting a little bit over Christmas already. We crafters make a lot of holiday projects ahead of time. And so I took a break from making Christmas cards, but I watched Christmas movies and then I was in the Christmas spirit again. So then I made a few more cards with some Christmassy products. So it's funny how that happens. I see so many of you popping on. Hello, Robin and Sherry and Kathy. Kay, good to see you again. Donna. Oh, Donna, this is your first time watching. Welcome. I'm glad that you found me and that you're here. I really hope that you will be inspired tonight. I have got 3 cards to show you. And for those of you who caught my blog hop that went live last night at 9 o'clock, there was a little spoiler alert to all 3 of the cards that we're making tonight. And a spoiler alert to my free monthly card class. So I'm really, really excited to roll this out. So I have 3 events always every month. I always roll out the first week of the month. I always roll out my class to go, and you get to see what's included in my class to go. And then the second week of the month, I show you what's included in my club. So I have a club going on every month. And the third week of the month, I always show you my free with a purchase card kit. So I'm really excited for this one. I personally love all the cards and hope that you will love them as well. All right, so a few housekeeping things and then we will get to stamping. I give away prizes. In fact, tonight I have a stamp set and an ink pad that I'm giving away as prizes. And you get a chance to win a prize one of 2 ways. Share my video. That's how you get a chance to win the share prize. And watch my video. And that's how you get a chance to win my view prize. Now, the only way for me to know that you watched my video is if you say something. So make sure you're engaging with me and commenting with me because that's how I know that you watched. And I especially love it if you tell me you're a first-time watcher. I love to connect with you. If you're a veteran or a repeat watcher, I love for you to let me know that so I can connect with you as well. And I don't always have time to respond to every single comment, but I read every single one. And one of my very favorite things is reading all the different places that people are watching me from. I just think it's so cool how we can connect like that over the internet. So I give away prizes every week. The second thing is you don't want to miss any of my videos. So if you are new to my stuff, welcome. First of all, my name is Rose Grunwald. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm your creative coach. I'm here to inspire your card making and give you lots of tips and tricks to make your card making simpler. I like to make simple projects. I'm not a real complex, difficult, takes you 2 days to make a card type of stamper. I lose interest if it takes too long to make a card. So a lot of my projects are simple, but I try to make them stunning, and I think that a lot of them turn out great. And my goal is to make sure that everything I make is something you can duplicate at home or wherever it is that you do your stamping. I have a Facebook page. Many of you are watching me right now on my Facebook page called Country Cards by Rose. Make sure that you follow that page so you get notifications of my promos and when I'm going live and all of that. I also have a YouTube channel. You can search for me there, Rose Grunwald or Country Cards by Rose. I think it'll pop up either way. I've got over 125 videos there, and when you subscribe and follow my YouTube channel, you'll get notifications when I'm live, and then you'll have all of my video tutorials in one handy place. I also have a Pinterest page. You can search for me, Country Cards by Rose, on Pinterest. And I have a lot of great ideas there for the stamper. So I've got cards organized by category or season that you would want to send them. And I also have some organizational tips there. And I have a board all about easy recipes so we can get to stamping. Am I right? Because we want to stamp more and cook less. Anyway, okay, let's see. I also have a newsletter, and you can sign up there. Go to www.rosegrunwald.com. A pop-up will pop up that says subscribe to my newsletter, or you can scroll way down to the bottom and subscribe there. I send you a 15-card PDF tutorial when you subscribe, and you'll get a new tutorial every Tuesday. So take a minute and subscribe to that. Okay, I think we should do prizes. What do you say, huh? Let me flip this around. Prizes. So last week, everyone who shared got thrown into a drawing, and everyone who commented got thrown into a drawing. So let me move my light here. Okay, so the prize I'm giving away for watching my video, this is a brand new stamp pad, but it's a color you can no longer get anymore, Grapefruit Grove. Still in the packaging. This is for viewing my video and commenting. The winner of that is Robin Stender. Congrats, Robin. I think I saw Robin was watching. I thought I saw her name pop up. So, Robin, I have your address, and I will get that out in the mail to you. The next is for sharing, and I've got this Feels Like Home stamp set. This is brand new. Never been mounted, never been used. This is a stamp set from our most recent celebration, a cling stamp set. There's 7 images in it. This is the prize for sharing my video. And the winner of that is Angela Blanchette. So congratulations, Angela. Angela, I do not have your address, but you can complete my prize claim form. My gosh, say that 3 times fast. On my website, www.rosegrunwald.com, across the top, you'll see some links, and one says prize claim form. So go there to claim your prize. Okay, we're going to do some stamping. Okay, tonight we are stamping with this really simple but very beautiful Heartfelt Wishes stamp set. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing. So I love this stamp set. I love the font. I have been waiting to use it, and I finally am just like, I'm going to use this thing, and so here it is. We're using it tonight. Now, we're also pairing it with, okay, this I've been using still this. I'm pairing it with this paper from Celebration, the Penguin Playmates paper, but listen. Many of the designs, if you didn't get this paper, there's a couple ways you can get your hands on it. I still have a bunch left over from Celebration. And when you get my card kit, first come, first serve, you'll get a 1/4 pack of this paper if you purchase to get my free card kit tonight. So that's one way you can get it. If you want to make these cards on your own, you can swap them out with, hang on, I meant to have this all ready to go. You can swap out, I'm just using the pattern side of this paper. So you can swap it out with our pretty In Color Designer Series paper packs, because a lot of these patterns are going to work really great. And in fact, tonight we're using some Just Jade. So for those of you saying, oh my gosh, I can't make these cards, you totally can make these cards. I designed them purposely to be interchangeable with our paper. All right, so our first card. I've got some fun get to know you questions tonight too. I got a whole list of them. So for those of you who are new, we like to do a little get to know you each Make It Monday while I'm stamping, and I always get some questions together and we ask them and we all share a little get to know you. Okay, my card base is just a half a sheet of cardstock. If you have the Penguin's Playmates paper, or you get this card kit for free, all of the pieces are going to come pre-cut for you, just like this. Your pack will have everything in it that you need, and you aren't going to have to cut anything. You aren't going to have to die cut anything. You're just going to have to fold and assemble and get to stamping. I should clarify, your designer series paper is not going to be cut for you, and I did that on purpose because I want you to use whatever pattern. If you wanted to use this pattern instead, you can, or this pattern, it doesn't matter. So it's totally interchangeable and you can do whatever you like. All right, so this is Fresh Freesia. That is my card base tonight. So this is just a half a sheet of paper. So it's 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and then I just fold and burnish on that edge. Okay, I also have a piece of Misty Moonlight, and this is 5, I didn't write down this measurement, but it's going to be 5 inches by 3 3/4. And then our designer series paper is 1/8 of an inch smaller, so 4 7/8 by, let's see, 3 5/8. So, and again, you can use whatever pattern you like. If you want to make these cards at home, you can just swap out for any coordinating colors that you have. We also have 2 strips of cardstock here, Misty Moonlight and Fresh Freesia. So these are coordinating with our layers. The Misty Moonlight piece is a little larger. It's 1 1/4 by 4 1/4 inches. And then the Fresh Freesia is 1 inch by 4 1/4. So all the measurements, so you have that. Of course, we've got an inside layer here that is basic white. Almost all my inside layers, unless I double mat them, are 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is, let's see, we have to decide what side we want. Do we want the stripes or the cute animals? I think I'm going to do the animals. I think I like those animals. Okay. Because this is kind of a small border, I'm going to use my liquid glue. It's a little bit more forgiving when we've got these tight, kind of thinner layer borders. And that way I can kind of move it around here as I need to make sure I've got an even border and that's centered all the way around. Now, if you make a mistake and it's not perfectly centered, that's okay, because this is handmade. This is stamping. Not everything is going to be perfect. In fact, most things are not going to be perfect. Okay. I'm going to grab my sentiment and we're going to stamp a little bit here. I'm going to do this Happiest Holidays, but I need to find it. Here we go. So these cling stamps, when I mount them, I put them right in the case here so that I can see them from the other side. Some people leave them in their outlines, but I like to put them right in the case directly. This is a little bit long for this block, but I don't want to get the next size up, so I'm going to mount it diagonally on here. So how about our first get to know you question? What do you say? Okay, I'm using my Misty Moonlight ink. Piercing that here so that that'll scratch paper if I need it. Okay, so our first get to know you question. So you heard me mention just a little bit ago that I was using the liquid glue because it had a little bit more give for our thin border around our card. And you all know that I love our Stampin' Seal and our Stampin' Seal Plus as well. I love all the Stampin' Up! Adhesives. So my question to you is, here's our first get to know you question. What is your favorite Stampin' Up! Adhesive? So of the Stampin' Ups, you're not allowed to talk about any other adhesive other than Stampin' Up! Because I love them all so much. What's your favorite Stampin' Up! Adhesive? Okay, we are just gluing these strips together. Gloria says liquid glue. So here we have a little strip border. Ooh, what do we got? Tombow glue. Glue first, seal second. Liquid glue. We got a lot of liquid glue fans. Okay, now we've got this layer. I am going to, I keep moving this out of the way and I need it. I'm going to glue this down onto my card base as well. Tombow liquid glue, Seal Plus. That's what I'm using right now, Seal Plus. I usually use my Seal, but it's almost out. I just ordered 10 more refills of it. I just ordered 10 more refills of it with my early ordering product purchase premiere from the new catalog. You guys are going to love it. It just released for us demonstrators. Okay, so we're gluing that fun paper and the matting layer to our card front base, just gluing it directly to the front. And now I am purposely using 3 different thin threads on our cards tonight because I want to show you that with these designs, you can use any thin baker's twine, linen thread. We have that Simply Elegant trim pack. Any of these thinner threads will work really great for the designs. And so on purpose, I'm using a different type for each card. Now the thread is not included in your card kit, but you can swap it out for any thin thread that you have. If you don't have thin thread, if you're a wider ribbon type of stamper, that's okay too. You can just swap out for whatever is your go-to ribbon or color that you like to use. Robin says, what do you think holds better for a longer time? I would say if you are doing like a 3D project where you need a really strong, like it's a box and you really need a strong adhesive, I would recommend the either tear and tape is really great, or I would recommend the Seal Plus. But I find that Any of them work really great for cards. In fact, I have never had any card that I'm using Stampin' Up! Adhesive on. I've never had the layers come undone. Like, never. So I know when I'm using the Stampin' Up! Adhesive that it's going to make it to my recipient in one piece and still together. And that's really important to me because I don't want to spend all this time making a card just for them to open it up and have it fall apart. So I have found that all of them that I've used work great, whether you use the liquid or the Seal Plus or the seal. Tear and tape works really great too. I'm trying to think. Our glue dots are actually quite sticky. I was working with a project and used glue dots and thought, oh, these glue dots, these will come right back up. That's only for the first little bit. They stay pretty sticky. I was really impressed with how strong they were. That's a great question, Robin. I think any of them are going to hold up, but I would say if you really, really need the heavy hitter, I would go with Seal Plus or Tear and Tape. And if it's really intricate, then the liquid glue. All right, so now we've got our sentiment strip, and we are going to just put this on over the top. Okay, now I grabbed some of these elegant faceted gems. I was going to use my gold gilded gems, and I can't find them. I think they must have fallen. I had them in a box, and I think they fell in the crack between my desk here and file cabinet, and I couldn't find them. So all the cards I'm making tonight, you'll get to make 2 of them each in my card kit. So you'll get to make 6 total in a card kit. And that card kit is free with a $35 purchase. But if you make a $50 purchase from my online store, you have to use my host code that's down here at the bottom of the screen, this one right here. If you make a $50 purchase, I also am going to throw in a pack of the gold gilded gems. And I was going to put them on my cards tonight, and I can't find them. So I think they fell when I was cleaning up before. So tonight I'm using the elegant faceted gems, but it's the gold gilded gems that you will get for your cards in the kit. All right, so happiest of holidays. And I'm going to use this Wondrous Season. Ooh, I like this. And a Happy New Year, I think, instead. No, this Wondrous Season is good. This Wondrous Season. Okay, so I'm going to grab this, and we're going to stamp the inside of our card. And I'll grab Misty Moonlight. This is a really easy card. This is one of those let the paper do all of the work cards, which I love. We have all these beautiful patterns on our paper, and so I think we should show them off. And that's what this card is doing. Definitely showing off the beautiful patterns on our paper. And you're going to get to choose the pattern you want, because with your $35 purchase, when you get the free card kit, you'll get a quarter pack of this paper, so you can choose whichever design you want. So there's our first card. That was pretty simple, huh? Just a quick happiest holidays on the inside, this Wondrous Season, and some adorable little critters. If you had wanted to use the stripes or a different pattern on the back, that would have worked just absolutely great too. Here's another pattern that I made. They look pretty similar but different. This one I made a little bit bigger designer series paper layers, but I think I like it with the bigger border. So there we go. Let that paper do all the work for you. All right, that's our first card. Let's do our cleanup now. You know, I'm the kind of stamper who needs to clean up in between each of my cards. I just refreshed my chamois. I stuck it in a little sink full of soapy water and I wrang it out and I let it kind of sit in there for a little bit. The water was like the color of misty moonlight when I was done. And wrung it out and refreshed it, and it's back here. I love, love, love our chamois. Okay. I'm going to set this aside. So do you usually use big chunks of your designer series paper or small? Do you let the paper do all the talking? Or do you like to use it more as an accent piece? Let me know. How do you like to use your designer series paper? All right. Our next card, the thin thread we're going to use is our linen thread. This is probably my favorite, one of my favorites. I use it a lot. Okay, this one, I actually inspired myself with a previous design that I had made and tailored it to this card. Okay, so we got a couple layers going on here, and I have done some die cutting. So just how everything is stacked here with the die cut pieces, that's how your class will come. So this die cut piece comes from the, hang on, I forget the name of these, Artistic Dies. And I cut them out using, this one is cut out using the gold foil paper. Depending on how many kits I have to send out, it will either come with the gold foil paper or the brushed metallic. I realized that I had put those in the same pocket the other day. And so I've made a few of these, and interchangeably they come out with gold foil or brushed metallic. It's hard to tell the difference. So I've die cut that leaf out of gold foil here. I've got the basic white layer for inside, 4 by 5 1/4. We've got our card base, Misty Moonlight, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. And we are just folding, garnishing that. Sharon uses a lot of DSP. Oh, Sue uses small pieces. I do a combination of both, but I need to use more of it because I always end up with so much left over. And I use it actually quite a bit. All right, I want to use some stripes here for this card. This piece of the designer series paper is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then I've got a strip here that is 2 3/4 by 5 1/2. I've got a little scrap, and I actually measured this scrap. This is 3/4 by 2 1/2. And then we have 2 circles. If you have the circle punches at home, that would work, or the layering circles dies. This one is 2 inches across, and this one is 2 1/4 inches across. Again, if you make a purchase to get this card kit for free, all of those pieces will come pre-cut for you and pre-punched and pre-die cut. So if you don't have a Stampin' cut and emboss machine, this is the class, and you like to do classes, this is the class for you. Okay. So I'm going to glue this piece right onto our card front here, just like that. All right. And then we have got our this is Fresh Freesia and Misty Moonlight. I'm going to grab this sentiment that says to you and yours. Because I thought this kind of looked like, we're going to use the cheers sentiment on this one too. I thought this kind of looked a little bit like a New Year's card. All right. So we're going to ink this up. I'm using Misty Moonlight ink. And I feel like, oh, I felt like I had it really, really inked. Okay, so I am stamping this near the top of the circle like that. The look I'm going for is across the whole circle, just like that. And then we're going to grab our cheers sentiment. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to stamp that on this scrap right here. You know, we had a family Thanksgiving this past weekend. So I'm ready for my next get to know you question if you are. And it's about Thanksgiving, which is right around the corner. Just next week already is Thanksgiving. Okay, so I stamped that cheers. Isn't that so pretty? I love that font. Oh my gosh, I just love it. Okay, so my second get to know you question for the night is, with Thanksgiving right around the corner, I want to know, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish that you love at the Thanksgiving table? Okay, so I just glued that Freesia circle inside of the Misty Moonlight circle. And now we have got this strip of designer series paper. I'm going to glue this behind it, just like this. Corn casserole. That sounds delicious. Ooh, potato salad, cranberries, stuffing, and pumpkin pie. Yummy. That sounds good. Sweet potato casserole. You know, I am definitely a fan of pumpkin pie. My mom never liked the nutmeg or like the ginger, I think sometimes it calls for, and like the pumpkin pie spice. So instead of putting in pumpkin pie spice, she always just put in cinnamon, extra cinnamon. It was really, really good. I like that. Pumpkin pie with lots of whipped cream. Yeah, my dad has a little bit of pie with his whipped cream. We tease him a little bit about that. Okay, so now I'm going to glue these layers down to my card front. And you could pop this layer up on dimensionals as well. Sometimes I have a hard time with that when it goes to, you know, all the length of the card, popping it up on dimensionals, because it's hard to line it up. So that's why I chose to just glue it directly down. Okay, and now we've got our pretty leaf thingy here. I'm just going to put a little glue. Now you might notice that I don't have all, I don't know what that noise was. I don't have all of the little tiny pieces popped out here, and that's okay. I'm actually kind of going for that look. The warm dinner rolls or cheesy potatoes, yum. Biscuits and gravy, cranberry salad, oh my gosh. Green bean casserole, yes, love that. Bernetta, that's how you make your pie too? Oh my gosh, it's so good. In fact, the first time I had pumpkin pie that was not my mom's, I was like, what is wrong with this pie? I didn't know that people put those extra spices in there, and I did not like it. I don't mind it now. I actually like the flavor of nutmeg and a little ginger. I discovered Cranberry Ginger Ale this weekend at the grocery store and have already drank in a 2-liter bottle of it because it's so darn delicious. I love it. No nutmeg, yes. Yeah, I love it. I think it tastes more like pumpkin bars or pumpkin bread that way. So good. Any of that other stuff. That's how I feel about it too, Bernetta, that other stuff. Okay, so we're just going to now put the sentiment here on our front. And if we had our gold Gilded Gems with us and I didn't drop them, those would sure look pretty. Let me see, how do I think these will look? Ooh, this will look pretty too. Two, and I think I'll go one over here. Yeah. I like to go in a triangle, but not too matchy-matchy. I think right here. All right, so cheers to you and yours. And I'm going to say from our family, but where did that go? Here it is, from our family. I'm going to put that on the inside. Shar says, making me hungry. I hear ya. I hear ya. Now to bring in some of that fresh freesia from the outside, I'm actually going to stamp that on the inside this time instead of our misty moonlight. Make sure I get it right side up. There we go. Okay, so we're going to glue this down on the inside. Uh-oh, my chair is... Oh. So that can happen if you don't... Did you see how my paper ripped a little bit? If you push too hard on the Stampin' seal, you have to be careful. You really hardly have to push at all. That can happen. So just a fair warning for you Stampin' Seal newbies, Seal Plus, I should say. I've never had that happen to me with the seal, but I have had it happen like it did just now with the Seal Plus if you push too hard. So just be careful. There we go. Can't even tell that it happened, but oh, you know what? I totally forgot our linen thread. Let's see. Can I get this up? Yep, I can. So I'm just going to pick this up and I will stick it under there. Here I did all this talking about our thin thread and then I didn't even use it. Okay, so I am just going to tie this in a bow. Oops. So how many Thanksgivings do you all go to? I think John and I are going to end up having 3 of them. Okay, I'm going to grab my glue dots so we can stick this down. Now, if you had your black and white stripe from Playful Pets, that would work 2 here. A baker's twine, any thin thread would be my personal preference, but to be fair, that's what I like on like all of my cards. I like the thin thread. Okay, there we go. Okay. And then you just snip and snip. There we have it. Let's see if I can tighten that one up a little bit. Okay, so there is card number 2. And I swapped out the back pattern. And see, here's the brushed metallic. You can see that it just gives a little different look. Still gorgeous. Probably even hard to tell on camera. But here is one with some of the different layers. Cute, huh? Okay, so that's card number 2. For those of you just joining, we've made 2 cards. We've got our simple happy holidays. We've got this beautiful gold foil shiny cheers card. And we're going to move on to our 3rd card. This card kit to make 2 each of these cards is free. When you make a $35 purchase from my online store, you have to use the host code that's down here in the bottom of the screen. And your orders have to be in by next Sunday, by the end of the day next Sunday. And then I will work on getting the kits out after I order the extras. If your order is over $50, then you also get a pack of the gold Gilded Gems, which fell down between my desk and my file cabinet here. I also throw that in for free. So 2 of the cards you'll get to make. You'll get to make 6 cards total, 2 of each. Just doing a little cleanup before our next card. The next card I'm making is my favorite. It is simple, but I absolutely love it. It's got a surprising color combination. For those of you who already caught my blog hop yesterday, this is probably the card that you're here to see, because this was the spoiler. This was the spoiler. All right. Just getting some stuff ready and out of the way. All right, card number 3. Here we go. Whoops. These are falling down. Okay, the thin thread we're using for this card is from our Simply Elegant trim. Again, you can swap out any of the thin ribbon or thread that you have. Any of them will work. As you can see, I've used a variety on purpose on these cards. The ribbon is not included in your card kit, which is why I'm showing you a lot of ideas here for your cards. All right, I've got a piece of basic white for the inside. And then just like I die cut the leaves here from the artistic dies, this card uses this flower bunch, which I thought reminded me of Christmas when I die cut it in gold. So isn't that beautiful? Die cut in gold. It's absolutely stunning. And we have got Just Jade for our card base. We're going to be using this fun splotchy Just Jade pattern. Again, the designer series paper is available while supplies last. And if you don't happen to be one of them that gets the quarter pack in your pack, you can swap this out for any Just Jade. The in color designer series paper works great. Or if you are making this at home, I would recommend an in color kind of Just Jade pattern. We've got a strip of Just Jade. So this card base is a half a sheet. This designer series paper is 3.5 by 5.5. We've got a strip for our sentiment that's 3/4 of an inch wide by 4. And we are pairing this with Mary Merlot tonight. So this Mary Merlot matting piece is 3 3/4 by 5.5. And this strip will go behind our sentiment. That's 1/2 inch by 4.5 inches. Now we are going to see this beautiful color combination in action very shortly here. First, let me fold and burnish my card base. And I'm going to want a little give here to make sure that I can center this on my layer as needed. So I'm using my liquid glue. We're just going to line up the ends. There we go. And glue down. So we've got just a little bit of that Mary Merlot peeking out. I was a little surprised by this color combo. I was playing around and I thought, you know, I have not used my Mary Merlot in a while. I always seem to forget about that one. So I thought I want a rich, pretty, Christmassy, New Year's-y type flingy color, and I combined it with Just Jade and turned out wonderfully. Okay, now if you have a little bit of excess on the ends, that is not a big deal. I just open my card and I'll trim off that little tiny bit so that it's right in line with the edge of my card base. Okay, so next we're going to do our gluing of this intricate die here. So again comes our liquid glue. And what, oh, this is running out. I like to find some wider pieces to kind of put just a dot or two of glue. You really don't need much. It'll stay down. If you have the adhesive sheets, that'll work too. I just always forget about them. And I always say I forget about them, and then I still don't remember them. Okay, now, speaking of color combos, my third question for tonight, what Stampin' Up! Colors are you wearing tonight? What Stampin' Up! Colors are you wearing tonight? Now I'm going to glue this down to my card front. I want to make sure that my rose is up top. I want my rose to have all the spotlight. So just like this so far. Okay, now we have got, I wanted some rich holiday looking colors. We've got our sentiment. I thought this would work for Christmas or it would work for fall. So I am using the sentiment that says much gratitude. And I'm going to stamp that in Mary Merlot here on my Just Jade piece. I'm always a little nervous with these thin sentiments that it's going to. I'm going to get a halo. Ooh, real red and black. Polished pink, fun. Night of navy and balmy blue. I love it. Okay, I'm going to do my best. Ooh, that turned out great. See my sentiment there? Black and Mary Merlot. How fitting, since we're using Mary Merlot right now, Betty. All right, now get my silicone craft sheet out here. And I am just down the center of this going to put a strip of glue. And then I'm going to glue this behind my sentiment in the center. So there should be a 1/4 inch sticking out both ends, just like this. All right, now we're going to go with gold here. I'm going to cut a strip of this off. I love this trim. I really love how the final bows look. I always think the hoops on the bows look so perfect and rounded. I love them. They're amazing. Okay. And I want to be careful not to twist it because I tend to be a twister when I tie my bow. Okay. Let's tighten this up a little bit. Oh my gosh, aren't those hoops so perfect and round? I love these bows. I love the font too, Bernetta. It's amazing. Now, you guys know I've been talking about placing an order to get this card kit for free. I hope you all saw on my newsletter and on my Facebook page that there is a seasonal sale starting tomorrow. So if you're going to place an order, the seasonal sale starts tomorrow. It runs for 2 days. This is Stampin' Up's Black Friday sale. So this is their seasonal sale. They're offering 10% off cardstock, 15% off ink pads, 20% off dies. I think this stuff is mostly in the annual catalog. I posted a link on my Facebook page, and I'll post another one again tomorrow that has everything that's on sale. It's only for 2 days. So if you're looking to get in on this card kit, you can save even more and take advantage and stock up with the seasonal sale. And then when you purchase $35, you get a kit. Purchase $50, you get the kit and the gems. Okay, now I'm going to stick this bow down here, just like this. Okay, it wants to curl and come up here. That's okay, we'll fix that. And then our sentiment is going to go over the top of it, just like this. So let's get our dimensionals. I've been proactively using my edges because I hate it so much. I don't want to be forced to use it. I hate it when that's all I have left. I shouldn't say that I hate using my edges. I just hate it when that's what I have to use and I'm feeling organized and super OCD about it, and I want to use my pretty hexagon dimensionals. That's when I don't like using the edges. All right, so we're going to, I need to move this because it's over the top of my, there we go. Just like this. Okay, and then all we have to do is trim that edge on our bow. Much gratitude. And then on the inside, what should we say? Much gratitude and heartfelt wishes. Sending love. I kind of like that one. Sending love. Need to clean this one so I can use. Thank you, Ramona. And thank you, Bernetta. I know, aren't those colors really sharp together? I surprised myself when I was playing around. I thought, you know, I haven't used Mary Merlot in a while. I happened to have out my Just Jade, and that's how it came together. Okay. I'm going to be careful of these halos, these thin ones. I'm just always nervous. Okay. Sending love. Were you a dancing bunny? Yes, I was, Robin. I was excited to stamp, and I was a dancing bunny. That was me. I really love that dancing bunny. I think it's funny how I can wink, and it just looks like so much fun to wink and make fun facial expressions. Okay. And there's our simple inside. Much gratitude and sending love. There we go. So there we have it. Card number 3. Do you love it? I see a lot of stunning, rich looking card. Yes, I agree. Simple, but it sure looks sharp, right? Okay, here are the 3 cards that you will get in your card kit. You'll get to make 2 of them. To purchase from my online store, just go to this website right down here, www.rosegrunwald.com. This one here that my fingers are sliding all over. Across the top of the page, you'll see a shop link, and that will take you to my online store. Now, to qualify, you have to use this host code that's down here in the bottom corner. Right here, you have to use that host code. The other thing I want to let you know about that's going on before we get off of here is that there's still a couple weeks left in the Start with Savings promo, and you can combine the discount on these supplies with your Start with Savings promo. So the Start with Savings is basically you get a discount shopper starter kit. You get to pick out $125 worth of product, but instead of paying $99 right now for a limited time, you only pay $75. So for $75, you get $125 worth of product, and that product can be the stuff that's on sale so that you get even more bang for your buck. And when you do that, you will become a part of the Country Cards creative crew, and be part of my team. You'll get all of my PDFs for my classes for free. Here, let me look at you guys. You'll get all of my PDFs for my classes for free and just have a good time. So if you have any questions about that at all, let me know. All right, that's all I have for you tonight. So thank you for joining me. I had a lot of fun stamping with you. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I'm still on the fence whether or not I will be stamping next week or not. With Thanksgiving, I may take a week off. So I'll let you know. Keep an eye on my newsletter or on my Facebook page. I will keep you posted there. All right, everyone, have a great rest of your night, and I will stamp with you again soon. Bye.